5:35. First roll call. Colin Harvey here.
Emily Doran here.
Brian Ryder.
Pat Sheehan here.
Aaron O'Cambry here.
Okay. First is discussion and possible action on the minutes from May 13th. Anybody have anything you've been just dying to say about May 13th?
I want to know what the menu was. What was the menu? What did I miss?
Nothing
Yeah.
too big. Good.
Motion to approve the minutes from May.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, cool. All right, so main focus for the regular agenda today, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make much progress on number 3, which was discussion and possible action regarding steps for Rolling Plaza. The open item on that was that they are interested in putting together conceptual design plans to start a discussion with us on what might be possible there. And that came out of our community meeting we had in Chinatown. And we have been trying to get contact information from Aaron to talk to them now for 2 months. And Aaron has been either non-responsive or responsive with no response. So I don't have much else to say on that other than I think
What's the term among the young, you're being ghosted?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're definitely.
Good job.
So, I don't know if that's good. The guy that owns that place goes to South Africa like every summer. I've run into this problem with that guy before, but
Well,
I don't know when Aaron.
Yeah, no, so you're right.
Yeah.
Those guys are hard to get a hold of, period, but they're
Remember the guy that came?
Remember that point guy that came,
Yeah.
that younger dude?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
He's supposedly like,
Yes.
let's start talking, and we've been trying to do that. We got his, he said he wanted to talk. I don't have his contact
I know,
information.
no.
Only Aaron does. So I just keep
Time
asking.
to go visit Dripping Springs.
With that?
Nothing.
Is that where they
So
are?
that's where Aaron lives.
Do you want a motion to table just for the formality of it, or you're just gonna blow past it?
I was gonna blow past it.
Fine with me.
All right.
Do we have a parliamentarian who will object?
I don't think so.
Good deal. I really feel like we can cover number 4 and 5 together because the administrative services agreement is a component of the budget, and we do need to propose a budget. Essentially, what Ashley has done, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, is you have basically rolled forward everything that we, not rolled forward in terms of doubled the amount, but just basically allocated the same amounts that we allocated last year. I think the exception to that is on the business promotion and development, which I think is up a little bit just because we're projecting a 10% increase in revenues. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So, I mean, it literally is the same thing, and I think the big thing that was different that we did last year, that we didn't actually do anything with money because they decided to do an engineering study. We decided to do an allocation in our budget of $50,000 a year to the parks, and to be able to just.
Yeah, does anyone know what the status of that $30,000 effort to
Retaining
make
walls.
improvements over by
Yeah, the retaining wall.
pavilion?
It is being discussed and we are trying to reach consensus.
Yeah, not there yet.
Yes, the council had also requested that we have engineering work done for that, so they approved a proposal to create that engineering work. It is still in the process of being refined and going back and forth between our engineers and the engineers that designed it. And so ideally, once we have that actual, here's the engineering concept, we would take that out for bids, and that's what that 30,000 or so would be spent on. I will say the project itself would need to be approved. The 50,000 was allocated, but it hasn't been, no projects have been
Yeah.
approved with that. I think actually, I might be wrong. The 31,000, we may have already approved that
No, the
project
30
for the
Approved it,
retaining
Yeah.
wall.
Then got turned down as
That's
a
right.
dependency or something like that to have engineering work.
I think council might have actually even approved that project. It's just, we would have to have the, a bid and everything and actually go build it. So I think they did approve it, but any additional projects to be done with the 50,000, if you put 50,000 in again this year, this coming budget year, would have to go through the project process.
Yeah.
You all would have to
Yeah,
approve a
yes.
resolution, council would have to approve it. So it's not just a free 50,000.
Right.
I've got a question. What is mobility, connectivity? For
Is
55?
that the
Sidewalk?
dream of putting some,
Sidewalks down there.
sidewalks down?
Okay, all right, all right,
Yeah.
that's good.
Let's go.
All right. Didn't know that was the name for sidewalks.
So,
That means.
that means sidewalks.
Okay.
This park amenities and promotion, I know that was, I think that was the coffee thing,
Yeah,
Brian, I
I'm
think.
not pursuing that. It
Okay.
doesn't seem to be something that's worthwhile,
So
but,
should
I
we
mean,
just
leave it in
remove
and.
Or leave it in, what do you?
Leave it in for whatever purpose we might decide to make use of it,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I don't have any plans for it at this time.
Okay.
I mean, and we still have the ability even to amend,
Yes.
to amend.
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just was curious. I was gonna go get my cup of coffee.
You know, and administrative services held the same with the, discount from a couple years back when that was redone. So that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
We have a motion to approve this.
I move we approve the budget as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright.
Sounds great. Maybe, I don't know that we need a vote on the administrative services agreement, cause I think it just continues each year, but if you guys wanna just vote for that 72,000, that we're all good with that. I know you just put it in the budget, so you are, but just so we cover all of our items.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Um,
don't have
if we're
anything
good
in
with
the actual document itself, which as a lawyer, that bothers me.
Right, it's supposed to be an amount agreed upon by
Uh-huh.
both, you know, the RCDC and the city council. We run into it where a different amount was in there than they wanted in the budget, and we don't want it to not, your budget to not be approved because people
Right.
don't agree on it, so.
And I think part of the thought around it was if one year it's more and we have the dollar amount in there,
Mhm.
changing it is a bit more complicated.
Right.
So,
Right, it takes a resolution to change the document,
it
and it's
without.
easier if everybody can agree on it, and then, you know, that just be the amount for the year, so. Proposing the same 72,000, so just, we don't even need a motion, but just making sure everyone's okay with that, we'll take that forward to council.
yeah.
Excellent. All right. So I guess the next thing is just RCDC financials through July 31st.
Is that in this?
Or maybe it is.
That is not in the,
Oh, is that- okay.
meeting printed, the actual budget is
Oh.
behind there.
Oh,
Oh, sorry,
Um,
sorry.
It was in the packet, and I
Yeah.
looked at it. We're
Really?
basically sitting on $601,000.
Sales tax is doing great, which is why we did increase the projection for
Yeah.
next year, which is why that 15,000 in your business promotion went up.
My only point is that if we feel that there's some project that we really want to do, we probably ought to be looking at moving forward on it, because governmental entities with a big checking account are targets. And we would become one. The city council could decide that they have an idea if we don't have one. So if we feel like we have one strongly, we should do something with it. That's my only concern.
One thought I had about the $600,000, and I haven't talked to anyone in council, but just, is there ever a way to justify any type of police retention or, recruitment efforts through the RCDC?
I don't believe that would be anything that would be an approved project that
Even
these
if it
funds
was to
could be
secure
spent
the,
on.
like the commercial corridor or the residential, making it a better and more safer place to do commerce?
We could talk to legal about that,
That's interesting.
but
That is
yeah,
interesting, Barry.
yeah, I think it could possibly, I think the goal is, or I guess the keyword is project, so if we could figure out how to make it a project, not like an ongoing funding, that may be something we can do. We do have Cynthia Trevino with Megan's
Mhm.
office on the phone today, but, we might have to take that back and, look at what we could do there.
Because I don't, I mean, if we get the we don't have that, but if you get the reputation of like an unsafe district or unsafe area, right, then no one's gonna wanna do business here. So
Sure.
it seems like something where
Yeah.
we struggle with manpower, staffing, recruitment, retention.
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
would love to explore that.
I think that's great as an idea, and I think coupled with Brian, with your comment, like, I think we need to either figure out, can we get something going with Chinatown, is that gonna cost us any money, or is that just purely just building
Pie in the
relationships and
sky.
getting
Yeah.
buy-in? Or pie in the sky, exactly. And if not, we need to start figuring out what are the 10 things we can be doing, that being one of them, potentially. Because we ought to be making the community better. If we're not gonna be able to do it because we don't have $20 million, we only have 600,000, we can still make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to be creative and think about what that looks like. So maybe that's a little bit of the brainstorm ideas on what we can do, and I'll pester Aaron and see if I can at least get an answer on
Yeah.
getting a meeting with those guys.
I mean, even if it's overnight security patrols or something to the commercial areas, I mean, there's gotta be some way to justify, I don't know, I
How
mean,
about license plate readers for the
yeah, I
commercial
mean,
area?
just a,
What'd you say, Pat?
License plate readers.
Yeah.
just be
I think it's a great idea.
helpful, sorry.
Is that an action item that you want legal to look into?
Yes, I would, I don't know,
Make a
we're at the end, but, yeah, I would like to make a motion for the legal counsel to look into how, if we can use RCDC funds for any type of, like neighborhood security or, police, enhancements.
Hi, and this is Cynthia Trevino. I'm hoping y'all are able to hear me.
Yep.
Yes.
Off the top of my head, I don't know of a project. That doesn't mean that something doesn't exist. It just means we need to take a closer look, and we're happy to do that.
Okay.
Great.
I need like a second and
Yes, it doesn't need a second.
I don't think it needs a second. I
Yeah.
think it's just
a, okay,
Yeah, that's good.
all right.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's just a question. We're not trying to pass it.
No, I think it's,
Mm.
so it's a good idea.
Line squirrel finds it every once in a while. Just gotta get broken into a few times.
I mean, it sounds like we're all in a similar place. Like, how are we,
Yeah.
why are we here if we're not getting something done? Anybody have anything else before a recommendation to adjourn?
Just the next meeting is, remember, that Monday is a holiday, so we have it on the 9th, correct?
The 9th isn't a holiday.
I mean, not the 9th, sorry. Are we doing it on the 10th, or what are we?
Well, Labor Day is the 2nd, right? So
It's either the first or the second. I
it's
forget.
early. Labor Day's early this year.
Oh, yeah, it actually is not a holiday this time.
That's right, so we're doing it, so we're doing it
When's our
on
next meeting?
the 9th, or
The
no?
9th?
Monday the 9th.
Okay, I just was making sure.
Maybe your holidays, I don't know.
No.
At 5:30?
At 5:30.
Okay,
With that, motion to adjourn?
second?
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, that was the fastest.
A 10-minute meeting,
With a
11-minute
budget
meeting.
approval. Take that, council.
Congratulations and good work.